What's up guys, TheJordude here, back again with another Shadowverse deck and gameplay video. The Fortune's Hand is finally officially out, so now we could open packs with all of our free in-game currencies and all of our card pack tickets and stuff like that. But yeah, I plan on making a new Shadowverse deck and gameplay video every day, so expect to see for at least a little while new videos every day featuring new decks from the expansion. I post at 8 p.m. PST if you don't already know. So, and I always do a premiere, so you can all watch it together. And yeah, hopefully I could do some streams as well with the new cards. Usually I'll try to stream after the premiere of my video ends, so around usually like 8:20, 8:30, that's when I'll be going live on Twitch. So yeah, the first deck I wanted to feature in the full release of Fortune's Hand is Rune. This is a deck that I briefly talked about in my previous stream, and in my tier video I mentioned that this deck is going to be really strong. I thought they were going to nerf Arcane Item Shop in this patch actually, but it turned out to be fake news. But yeah, this is the list. It seems to be pretty refined. There's a couple of different variants of the build, but yeah, as you could tell, so basically Item Shop, they didn't change it, but how it got better this expansion is it got cards like Sudden Showers, 2 play points, destroy random faller, really cheap spell to destroy a faller, and because this deck essentially runs 0 followers, you don't have to worry about killing your own cards. And then we got Madcap Conjuration. So this card is really good because if you have 2 spells that were discarded, your hand's basically always going to be spells. You discard your hand, draw 5 cards for 2 play points. You don't have 2 followers, so you can't actually destroy the board, unfortunately. I think the deck would be super strong if you could wipe out the entire board with your hand. But unfortunately, you don't meet this condition. But you do have this condition if at least 2 amulets were discarded, because you do play trees, you do play earthrights. You could summon 2 clay golems and deal 2 damage to the enemy leader. So this is quite a flexible card. Ideally, you play it when you have your Arcane Item Shop on the board and your hand is kind of clunky, you can't really use it. You can use the Madcap Conjuration to recycle or refill your hand so that you could keep comboing off your item shop. It also allows you to, the clay golem part isn't that relevant, I think. The clay golem part could be good earlier in the game if you need a follower to help fight for board a little bit or maintain board control. But we do have 1 follower in this deck, and this is Vergewalker Magician. So this card puts an Earth Essence into your hand, which is just good. Just another card that you could play for your item shop, potentially. And it has, but mainly you want the Evolve ability, Earthright deal 2 damage to all enemy followers, or Earthright 2 deal 4 damage instead. So this is good for 2 reasons. First of all, right now in the first day of expansion, Swordcraft, Rally Sword, and Shadowcraft, Burial Rite, are both very popular decks at the moment, and they go wide on the board. So you do need a good AoE with this board to kind of just survive early on, because you just need to hit turn 7. So this card really helps out for that, because it does 4 damage on the board, which is going to clear pretty much most mid-sized boards. And it's also good because you Earthright 2. And sometimes this deck, actually, the problems with this deck is that sometimes your board is too full from Naturian Great Trees or Earth Sigils. So you actually need to hit Earthright. So Magical Augmentation is such an important card, but if you can't draw into this, then you kind of get board locked. So Vergewalker Magician also kind of helps out for that. But yeah, the game plan of this deck is basically just surviving to turn 7. Then you play Arcane Shop on turn 7. Then you just play everything, and you can probably kill your opponent. I would say 80% of the time you're going to be able to kill your opponent on turn 7 that you play your Arcane Shop. If not, if you think you have enough time, you could try to wait for turn 8 where you play a second item shop and you just 100% will kill them every time. Assuming you don't board lock yourself or do something kind of weird. But yeah, it's a pretty fun deck to play, and I would say it's actually a pretty easy deck to pilot. All you have to do is survive to turn 7. Once you hit turn 7, you play your shop, then you should be good to go, and you're going to be able to see this in my example games, hopefully. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. It's the first day of expansion, so I might have a lot of new viewers here. We're trying to hit 10k subscribers at least. We're almost there. I think we need like 600 more subs. So if you see the red button down below and you're not subscribed yet, please smash that sub button and hit that like button while you're there. And yeah, comment down below as well what your favorite deck is so far on the first day of expansion, and what kind of decks are you interested in and be interested in watching videos of. So yeah, enjoy the games guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Alright, so our first opponent is going to be a Shadow. I think Shadow is actually a really good matchup for us because unlike Sword, it could kind of rush you and get wide board quickly. I think Shadow is a little bit slower. What do I want in my opening hand? Magical Augmentation is actually a good card to keep. I think I could keep the Sorcery in Solidarity as well. I think this is kind of a decent hand. The reason is, a lot of times I need Magical Augmentation to deal with something on the board. It also cycles 2 cards if I get the 2 Earthrights, which you pretty much always will have. But yeah, I think, let's see. We should start off with the Sorcery in Solidarity. This is going to fetch my 1 copy of my Vergewalker Magician. So this is why it's fine to actually be playing 1 follower in your deck because of that spell. You could just pull it out. I wouldn't recommend playing more than 1. 2 followers is questionable, but I would say 1 is safe just because you're always probably going to be able, you're most likely going to be able to draw it. Let's start off with the Insight here. I'm going to Sudden Showers this right away. The reason why is because I don't want him to be barrier raiding and just drawing a bunch of cards. And also, I didn't explain earlier, but why would I have extra copies of Conjuration? Is 3 too much? No, because you could just play it for 2 play points and it does nothing, but that's actually good for Arcane Item Shop to do nothing. Okay, so here, let's just Magic Missiles. Shoot face. Shoot face again. Just cycle through my deck a bit. So yeah, now if I play the Sorcery, and I could just do it later with my Arcane Item Shop, and it's essentially just triggering my item shop. Because like I said before, if your board is full, sometimes your hand gets too clunky, so you need some cards that just don't do anything, but trigger Arcane Item Shop. So our opponent's going to be drawing cards, which is fine for us. He's not actually pressuring us. Like I said, Shadow doesn't really pressure us too much, and it's already turn 4, so we just need a couple more turns to get to the item shop. For item shop to pop off on turn 7, you do need a 0 play point card, so that you could gain the 1, essentially net 1 play point. So at the moment we don't have any 0 cost cards. We would need like a 0 cost Earthright card, or we need to draw a Traveler's Respite by turn 6 and play it. Okay, so our opponent's going to go wide here. He has 5 damage on the board. I feel like it's not even... I could Vergewalker Magician here and play the Earth Essence, Evolve, and I could clear this board. But I actually don't think it's worth it because he can't do anything this turn. I could pass his turn and wait for his next turn, and then Vergewalker to the next turn, I think. I think that's fine. I think what he's going to end up doing is just evolving here and pushing the 7 damage. He might play like the Guilt. Yeah, and this is going to open up some board space for him. But otherwise, like, if he didn't have any ways to open board space, I would have just tried to board lock him. But now that he played the Fairy Run, now I have to remove this board because he's getting +1 everything. Yeah, and the Vergewalker could. Yeah, now that we drew Mirror of Truth, we could clear. Two damage is not really enough here, so yeah, I needed to double Earthright. So that's pretty good. The problem right now is that I actually don't have a 0 cost card for the Arcane Item Shop. So next turn I would have to either play Shop and pass if I don't draw like the 0 cost Earthright card, or I have to kind of do something else and then turn 8 play Item Shop, and then I could start playing stuff. Since we have the Conjuration in our hand, I'm pretty comfortable trying to do other stuff until turn 8. But if he's not applying pressure on his next turn, like, especially because we copied a Bane onto our board, like, I think we could just... Yeah, if he's not throwing any lethal on his board this turn, we could just play Item Shop 1, and then next turn play Item Shop 2, and then he's just Omega dead. Yeah, I really like this card as the one of Tech Follower, just because of situations like this. Otherwise, this deck doesn't have enough doesn't have any AoE, and right now with all these kind of rally decks, it's kind of you would struggle otherwise, I think. But yeah, 1 here was just good enough because that's going to get us to our turn 7 smoothly. So if we drew a 0-cost card, like our item shop would be popping off next turn, and we'd probably just win next turn. Okay. So yeah, this is like not pressuring me at all. He's pushing 5 damage. This deck doesn't have any burst, I think, actually. So yeah, I mean, this turn I'm just going to set up a shop here. There wasn't anything else that I could have really done. Like I could have Verdict Ritual his face or something and then start drawing cards, but then like that's not really doing anything. So I would have just set up the shop. Shadow probably doesn't have removal for amulets anyways. Even if they did, I have the second shop and I could pop off on the second shop. And I'd probably be able to combo him down from 20. It'd be a little bit harder, but with 2 shops it's just so easy to clear. And you're going to see here. Because everything right now is essentially free. I'm actually plussing a lot of play points because cards are recovering play points. Yeah, I think he just conceded. But yeah, he's like way dead, right? Because I'm going to be able to draw a bunch of cards still. I'm clearing his followers and everything's doing 4 to his face after that. Maybe it's Natural Dragon. It might actually be Big Dragon. There's a lot of possibilities. I think maybe keeping Silent Showers against Dragon might actually be legit. I think this is actually a decent hand. I could full keep it. Draw a shop. Yeah, I want to keep Sorcery just so I can cycle out the follower. I don't know if the Vergewalker Magician is going to be useful in this matchup though. I'll assume tomorrow's a good draw. That's probably the best draw I could have had. Double Silent Showers, I think is going to be good against Dragon. And we're also going first. You really want to go first with this deck just so you can slam item shop quicker. Your opponent's evil points really don't matter because you don't have fallers for them to take advantage of it. Start off with the magical missiles. I think I could actually play this. My opponent's ramping up. I just want the Earth Essence from it so I could activate my Mirror Truth. I actually don't think the evil effect from this Vergewalker Magician is going to be that useful. It could be though. I mean, starting now, he's going to be able to start evolving. Okay, that's kind of annoying. 4/4. I think we Silent Showers that. We don't have any other way of removing that follower. Right now, we need something to start the shop, get the shop going on turn 7. We don't have any like essentially 0-cost cards that could net us play points, so we need to find like Traveler's Respite, which we hit. Do we want to play this? I think we can hold the authoring. Just try to like maximize the cards that we could play with the item shop next turn. This card's actually really strong, I think. 5 play points and you essentially like draw 3 cards, kind of. But you know which cards exactly you're going to be getting. Hopefully we can remove this board. Could send showers this. I think we might have lethal actually. Yeah. You just dead. Nice.